Why does Hazel Chu seem to be blaming the Deliveroo company for crime against their employees in the city when she is literally the Lord Mayor of Dublin? Isn't presiding over the city her job? This is Ben Scallan and you're watching Gript Media. There has been much shock and dismay following the untimely and tragic death of 28-year-old Deliveroo driver Thiago Cortez while he was carrying out a delivery. Mr. Cortez was killed in an apparent hit-and-run car accident last Monday and had only been on the job for 2 weeks. While this event was shocking to many, other delivery cyclists report that Dublin City is quickly becoming so unsafe that this sort of tragedy is not at all uncommon in their line of work. For example, one Irish Times article alleged that there has been a wave of gang attacks and abuse from groups of violent youths, with some Deliveroo drivers refusing to go to certain parts of the city due to the danger associated with it. The Irish Times article reads, Max, who is from Brazil and has worked with Deliveroo for nearly 2 years, was hospitalised last December after he was hit with an iron stick by a group of youths who stole his bike. He was left without hearing in one ear for a number of weeks and now often feels frightened cycling after dark. This week, his friend, who also works with Deliveroo, was attacked with a hurl in Dublin 8, he told the Irish Times. Honestly, we felt that this was something that was going to happen at some stage, he says, in relation to Mr. Cortez's death. We've experienced so much harassment and attacks before this that we were kind of expecting it. William Santos, who has worked as a Deliveroo delivery man since 2018, used to love cycling around the city and keeping fit. However, he says cyclists have started learning not to accept deliveries in dangerous zones where they are more likely to be harassed or robbed. Mr. Santos, who was punched in the face by a man while making a delivery in Inchicore last year, says he frequently makes reports to the Gardaí, but that they often say they cannot follow up on the incident. They just tell me I shouldn't go to that area because it's dangerous, but I don't understand how a police officer can't do anything. We need to know it's safe when we work. Every day we wake up and pray that God will bless us so that we can have a good day and return home safely. When you work every day in fear, it's difficult. Now, to be fair to the Gardaí here, it might be understandable that they wouldn't be able to deal with violent crime in the city. After all, they're much too busy carrying out thousands of investigations across the country into pubs which failed to sell €9 worth of food. So yes, there may be no-go zones and gangs of marauding criminals violently attacking people who are just trying to do their jobs, but according to the Garda top brass, our boys in blue should be scouring the country with their nightsticks enforcing the sale of burgers, which is clearly far more important work. And here I was starting to worry that our taxes were being wasted. The article goes on. Mariana, who preferred not to give her surname, started working with Deliveroo a year ago. She says that groups of children regularly throw stones, eggs, and most recently fireworks at her as she passes by. Last May, she came off her bike after being hit by a vehicle in the city centre. I hit my head and hurt my chin and had to rest for a week after because my body was sore. Now every time I'm cycling I think about that and worry it will happen again. I tried to cycle slowly, but then again the customer wants their food to arrive straight away. So you get the idea. Now, we can't be sure that any of these stories are true. I wasn't there to verify them personally, so I can't say one way or the other. But one thing that we do know is that Dublin is quickly becoming lawless. We see this clearly in the official statistics as violent crime spirals out of control, and also anecdotally with events like the violence in Balbriggan. So certainly these stories are not unbelievable based on what we've seen in recent years. So what was the reaction of Hazel Chu, the Green Party chairwoman and Lord Mayor of Dublin? How did Chu feel about the brutal crime wave in the city that she presides over? Well, she did what all careerist politicians do. She obfuscated responsibility. Taking to Twitter, Chu wrote, "It really isn't a massive ask to want to be safe at work. What are Deliveroo doing to protect their employees?" What is Deliveroo doing, she asks. Not what are the police doing, not what are the government or the taxpayer-funded city council doing, a council that she chairs, by the way. No, what is a private company doing about violent crime? Does that seem like a reasonable question to anyone? What does she realistically expect Deliveroo to do? Should they hire their own private militia to escort the cyclist around with machine guns? Maybe they should start doing deliveries in armoured cars and tanks. How is this supposed to play out practically exactly? In fact, let's not forget that Hazel Chu is one of the most vociferous voices in Irish politics for hate speech legislation. So in other words, politicians like Chu are happy to invest significant police resources into investigating people for comments they made online, but when it comes to genuine violent crime against employees of a private business, the police can't do anything, and that's apparently the company's fault. Figure that one out if you can. But should we really be surprised that a Green Party politician would be anti-business and try to smear the private sector? After all, just today the Lord Mayor was talking about new levies and fines on retailers and producers as a green environmentalist initiative. Bear in mind that retail is the #1 biggest employment sector in Ireland. More people in this country work in retail than in anything else. And yet, as we face the mother of all recessions, when people are losing their jobs by the thousands due to the COVID-19 lockdown, our leaders' top priority is taxing and fining the businesses that employ them. Chu even says that clothes prices may go up for average consumers as a result of this policy, yet they're going to do it anyway. We need leaders to sort out the problems facing society, not ask a delivery company to take on their responsibilities or harangue employers. Maybe then ordinary people in this country wouldn't have to go to work in fear. Please like and share this video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider signing up for a monthly donation via the link on screen to help us produce more content like this. Alternative media like Gript needs all the assistance it can get, and every donation goes a long way. As always, thanks for watching.